Hello, I'm Gordon, the Project Manager for your consultants on the Dewey Digitisation and Modernisation Project. On behalf of the team, I'd like to congratulate the Dewey Public Libraries for their successful grant, allowing for extra resources. We thank you for the opportunity to consult and advise on tools and technologies which can be used for this project. Our submission to you will focus on new services for the libraries to provide to existing and future patrons. While investigating the range of services available for the library, our team has kept the needs of your staff and your patrons in mind. We have chosen 3 tools and subscription services which will provide co-curricular benefits to your younger population, as well as access to a wide breadth of knowledge for the adult population to use in their working lives. These will be further designed to be accessible from home and elsewhere, connecting with the library's internet systems to maximize accessibility and convenience. We further envision that the educational and creative resources newly on hand will drive further visitation to the library branches, opening people's minds to the possibilities allowed by new technology and exposing them to the wealth of resources in the Dewey collection. Even as we recommend groundbreaking ideas, we recognize and appreciate that setup and maintenance should not be at the expense of other librarians' tasks. With this in mind, we've also made our selection with staff training and support inbuilt or at a minimal extra expense. This will mean that librarians will be able to assist their patrons quickly and easily, maximizing the value gained. First of these exciting offerings we recommend was a new makerspace incorporating 3D printing in interactive image display. To tell you more about that, I'll introduce you to my colleague Lisa. Her research on this topic is detailed on the webpage submitted with this offering.
Virtual reality is, as the name suggests, a form of reality happening in a virtual environment. It uses our sense of sight and hearing to create the illusion of a realistic experience. Our senses are how we interpret the world, leading to the main quality of VR, immersion. When we immerse ourselves in the VR environment, we can achieve a better understanding of what it is trying to teach us. In this way, VR has gained a significant amount of interest in the gaming community. Most games involve exploring a space, collecting objects, and winning achievements. With VR, you do all of that, but you also involve your body in how you move throughout the game. Participants use a touch controller in order to move around in the VR environment, but it still requires more physical involvement than a typical game. Most gamers utilize the headset version of VR technology. The headsets vary in design depending on the manufacturer and model. However, they all generally have the same shape, that being an almost sci-fi set of goggles that completely cover the eyes. By blocking outside stimuli, the user can achieve immersion in the environment. There are sensors within the headset that also recognize when you turn your head, so the image and sound changes depending on where you are looking, just as it would in real life. Now, while gamers enjoy the immersive experience of a VR headset, there are other ways to utilize virtual reality. You can use the technology for tours of places far away, perhaps a museum exhibit or a beautiful landscape. Maybe you would like to tour the ocean or get a look at outer space. It has also been used in the medical field for doctors to perform surgeries based on x-rays from a specific patient. Then there's the military who are using this technology to run field simulations, and they are experimenting with using VR to control robots. There is a lot of possibilities and ideas for VR to be used in a library environment. For example, storytelling is one idea being tossed around. Learning about places and dynasties long past is another example. There's also tours of local sites. One library created a VR exhibit about the rise of ocean levels along the local shore area. So it's all about how VR can benefit the unique library, making it interesting and worthwhile for the public to make the trip. Okay, so I've talked a bit about what VR is and how it has been used. Now it's on to why you should choose VR. Quite simply, VR is so multifaceted that we haven't even seen all it's capable of yet. It's something new and has a lot of future potential use. In the library, it can be used for people to play games, to learn about subjects and places. Different simulations and programs are being created every year, and there are many facets to each that can be used in an information space. A library is about information and imagination. People visit the library to expand their knowledge, and VR is the next step in achieving that in today's technology era. Now on to my colleague Jin to talk about the benefits of STEM.
Thank you so much for that, Lisa. Hello, everyone. My name is Jin, and I am going to talk about why introducing computer programming to the Dewey Public Library would greatly benefit the community as a whole. Now, technology has assisted in improving academic performances, and students can now access a variety of learning resources online if they do have an access to a computer and internet connection. Computer programming is becoming one of the critical aspects of educational technology in Australia, as there is an increasing job demand in the digital economy. The development of computer programming lessons in the community will also allow students to expand their knowledge of becoming a problem solver and develop more critical thinking skills. Other libraries, such as the Camden Library in New South Wales, have used coding skills to provide the community with a high level of technical literacy, which will then allow these students to develop more opportunities in their career progression. The Dewey Public Library could also benefit from starting a similar program to the Camden Library for children aged 8 to 16. It is advised that the program run for 1 hour after school during school terms on a weekly basis. Advanced bookings are obviously needed from the students as there is limited computers available. The best program to incorporate these coding program is the free online platform called Scratch, which is developed by MIT Media Lab. If there is positive feedback from the community, the Dewey Public Library could potentially develop a second program for kids between 5 to 7 on Scratch Junior, which is a more simplified version of Scratch. One of the benefits of Scratch is that it is free to sign up, thus the students can continue their learning experience at home if they have a reliable computer and internet connection. The library will also need to train their staff in computer programming and need to revise their staff priorities, as these coding lessons require a more skilled and competent librarian workforce in technology. This program will greatly assist in diversing career pathway for these students, and this is why I recommend libraries to help in bridging the computer science gap and labour market requirements. Now, I'll pass on to my colleague Martin, who will discuss the benefits of LinkedIn Learning. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. LinkedIn Learning is a popular online learning platform. Formerly lynda.com, a subscription model for libraries has been available since 2014 and has since become widely recognised, used and respected. LinkedIn Learning currently provides access to more than 16,000 courses in over 7 languages. 7,000 courses alone are available in English. The courses fit into the broad categories of business, technology and creative skills, focusing on providing professional and personal development so crucial in today's society. Courses consist of on-demand videos presented by subject experts, which are presented in short sections, allowing users to complete the several hour-long courses at their own pace. These videos are often supplemented by video transcripts, a note-taking feature, exercise files and quizzes, so users can test their learning as they go. Users can also save courses and return to them later, allowing for great flexibility. LinkedIn Learning places high emphasis on the currency of the content and add 25 to 30 new courses per week. Personalization is another important feature. Users are encouraged to choose a subject category when beginning and are shown related courses on their homepage. Users can also like courses and create playlists that can be shared with other users. LinkedIn Learning can be easily implemented by libraries. By subscribing to the service, libraries are granted institutional access to LinkedIn Learning, allowing library users to sign in using their library IDs. This allows libraries to offer remote 24/7 access to library users. Libraries can also download reports that track usage, allowing staff to assess usage patterns. While it is necessary to request a quote to properly determine subscription costs, based on my research, the cost for a library similar to Dewey Public Library should be approximately $7,000 a year. In short, LinkedIn Learning is a valuable tool that will allow Dewey Public Library to support library users in maintaining and updating their skills. Whether student or professional, LinkedIn Learning provides a flexible means to participate in lifelong learning. This is an important service which Dewey Public Library can provide to its users. I'll now pass over to Joshua to conclude our presentation.
Thank you, Martin. As the team said previously, we believe that the best way of bringing more e-technology to the Dewey Public Library is through 3D printing, virtual reality, STEM, through programming activities, and LinkedIn Learning. Once you have implemented all 4 of these programs into your library, you'll be well on your way to creating a makerspace, which almost all libraries today have adopted. 3D printing is commonplace in libraries today, but years ago it was a new emerging technology that some would have said seemed out of place, but today is expected to be available for use. Virtual reality is currently an emerging technology for libraries. It's an untapped technology that is only now starting to land in people's homes, but still out of reach for the average household income. Adopting virtual reality, the library will be able to draw in those clients that still aren't able to afford such an expensive piece of hardware. Teenagers, Dewey Public Library's community, ages between 10 and 19 make up 14%. This is a great opportunity to draw in a young audience for the future. The reason we believe that the Dewey Public Library should adopt STEM as a program offered to its community is because of the opportunities that it will bring, helping children to gain new skills. These activities are largely aimed at the children in the library community, aged between 5 to 9, which is 8.4% of the local community. STEM will help children to learn how to program, help develop their critical thinking skills, and on being able to learn in a safe and equal environment in the library. There is multiple reasons why we believe in LinkedIn Learning is the right subscription service for your library. The benefits for your library community to learn, but also being able to remotely access these tools from their home using their library card. LinkedIn Learning can also be adopted by the library staff to help your team in continuing to upgrade their skills in many different areas of technology and new software to help keep them at the forefront of modern technology. Again, I would like to take the time to thank you for allowing us to consult and advise on what you could do to help bring more e-technology to your library. Thank you.